Stop recording video. Button. Face centered. Speech off.
Hi guys, it's VI Life with Kelly, and I'm coming at you with a new video on law school. This video is all about options you may or may not have if you are not interested in taking the LSAT. So if you have ever been curious about the process to getting into law school, definitely check out my video all about how to get ready for the LSAT and prep exams and the cost and everything that's associated with that. And then also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That will also let you know when I'm going to have my next uploads, and also give you my newest videos, like, you know, the one I just did on my personal life and just all kinds of stuff. So anyway, we're building a community and this is our topic, so let's get into it. So we got a guest today, guys. Her name is Princess Lola. She just had her birthday on Wednesday. She's 3 now. Let's see if she'll show her face a little bit. I don't know. Say hi. Say hi. This is my mom. We've been together since she was 4 months. So anyway, she's getting shy. But let's hurry up because I'm not gonna make this video long or whatever. But anyway, guys, so I was researching to see if there was any way to get out of taking the LSAT. For those of you all who do not know what that is, that's the law school admissions test that is required for most law schools if you want to go to law school. The biggest deal with the LSAT is depending on what kind of school you want to go to. Do you want to go to a top 14 school? Do you want to go to a top 50 school? That's really what's going to make the big difference on how hard you go on the LSAT scores. If you just want to be competitive, you look to get a 149, 150, and that's for you to get into any law school. If you want to get into the top 14, you need to make a 170 or better. If you wanted to get in the top 50 for sure, you needed to get like a 160 or better. And the max score is 180. The minimum score is 120. So that gives you an idea where I'm going. Now, there are some law schools that do not require the LSAT. And so if you go online and you just ask Siri, like I just asked Siri, what law schools do not require the LSAT? Florida State University in Tallahassee, Florida is one of those that do not require the LSAT. They also have a free application, and they also are waiving the GRE requirement because they are solely looking at candidates with a 3.82 or greater undergraduate cumulative GPA, you guys. So they're heavy on the undergraduate GPA. That's what will get you in. Then you have schools like Mercer University in Macon, Georgia, that also says, hey, we don't require the LSAT. You've got University of Athens. There's a long list. Believe it or not, Oklahoma University Law School does not require the LSAT. They'll take the GRE. And that was another thing that I looked for. I looked for law schools that would take your GRE scores versus the LSAT, and there were quite a few on the list. Now, one thing you do have to consider is contacting the schools to find out what is the difference of the program. Is this going to be a conditional admittance, meaning that based on how you do the first year will determine whether you get to continue or the first semester, or do you need to maintain a certain GPA throughout the entire program or a certain commitment level? Like, you need to have a conversation to understand why is it that they're allowing. Another reason why they may be choosing not to use that as a decision maker is because their law program may only allow you to practice within your county, within your city, within your state. It may not allow you to practice beyond certain scopes. There may be so many different technicalities to their program. And you need to ask if this is a state that has bar reciprocity, meaning when you finish that program, if you lived in Texas, could you come to Georgia and work as a lawyer? Could you do that? Or what would it take? Would it be as simple as you taking the Georgia bar and become a lawyer, or would you even need to do that? Or would you have the option to just take the Georgia bar versus the Texas bar? Who knows? But all of those things need to be considered when you choose your school. Now, and during my research, I also found out there's a lot of predatory law schools, which means that they'll let you in, but the price is through the roof. And their admittance, even if it says that they're giving you a scholarship, um, has all different types of sticky tape with it, meaning like they may tell you, great, you're accepted, and we're giving you a scholarship to come to school, and the next semester you could get a letter that says you lost your scholarship because you didn't maintain the GPA requirement. It may have said you have to keep a 3.5 GPA average, and you might have made a 3.4 in this fall semester, and then turn around and made a 4 point in the spring, and your cumulative could be a 3 point whatever, 5, blah blah blah. But because you didn't make it in the fall, they don't care. So they're like, nope, you didn't get it in the fall, so we don't go by the yearly cumulative. We need you to have that GPA all year long. It could be any reason why all of a sudden you don't get your scholarship money anymore, and then now you've got to get loans to finish your program. Another reason why they may be choosing to not um, require the LSAT, or they're just allowing students in, is because they have very low attendance. Like they're really having a difficult time retaining students, keeping students. They may be in an area or community where the income average is really low. People cannot afford to come to law school, and things as simple as taking the LSAT, which can start at 200 just to take it, and then another 50 to 85 bucks to send it to a school, and then another $45. Like it can easily turn into a $500 expense. Just cancels the opportunity out for them. Another reason why they can be choosing to not require the LSAT and even not require the GRE is because they find the exams culturally biased. They can find the exams to be not an accurate determinant or factor as to who should be let in. There's other components to your application that give them a better measure or greater measure of your performance and outcome. So there's a bunch of reasons why. Now some of the negatives, you guys are like, well, didn't you already list some negatives? Some of the more low-key reasons why they may not be requiring the LSAT is because they have very low percentages when it comes to persons actually passing the bar. And even though they may have a great program, their students are not passing the bar exam and becoming lawyers, and it is turning students off from attending their school because they're like, your scores are low, your percentages are low, the employment rates are low. When they're Googling the average salary of graduates from this program, it is devastatingly low. So what they do is say, hey, let's not require the LSAT, let's not require the GRE, let's not apply application fees, let's not have high GPA requirements, let's not, so this can incentivize persons to just come to their school. And because even though you may not become a lawyer, you can still work in law and you can still make great money working in legal departments, legal administrative secretaries, legal secretaries. There's so many different components to getting the job done. So it's not like all is lost. You just walked away with a JD, with a JM, with an LM, whatever, a master's in whatever you've chosen. And now, oh gosh, what can I do now? I mean, there's plenty you can do now. So those are some of the things that you need to consider. I really don't want to take the LSAT. I'm going to tell you guys why. Because I just don't like standardized tests. It takes me a while to get mentally prepared and accept that I'm about to sit here for 3 to 5 sections of an exam and really have to scrutinize these questions, these scenario based questions that are heavily latent in negative positives, sentences that contradict themselves, and sentences that you have to slow down. You read it once, it's like, didn't get it. Let me cut this sentence up. Oh, okay, that's what they want me to understand. Great. Okay, what's the question? Then you have to cut the question up, go back. You're reading it 3 to 5 times. So when these other YouTubers suggest that you take months to get ready for this exam and take as many prep exams as possible, it's really true, because the more you get used to and comfortable with reading long paragraph scenario based questions, and you get used to that line of questioning and that line of or story based, content, then taking the test is not so terrible. So I really would prefer not to take the LSAT. I am still prepping for it. I'm still using Khan Academy, like I mentioned in the previous video, and I am still scheduled to take it in January, which is in, getting ready to be like 2 months from now. You guys, can y'all believe Monday is November? Shout out to FAMU. It's homecoming for FAMU. And I believe they're playing Grambling State University. That's my mom's alma mater. That's her school, guys. And they're having an amazing time there. I want to give the alumni band drumline, a big shout out. Hey, Derek, do your thing. And you guys know, if you don't, I'm a band head. I started college at an HBCU, and I played tenor sax, and it's in the blood. That's all I know, you all. I love everything band, okay? So yeah, shout out to KK Size, shout out to Tau Beta Sigma. Those are the band fraternity and sororities, guys, and love, much love, much love. So anyway, guys, so those are some things to consider when you are checking out law schools that don't require the LSAT and that are waiving the GRE as a requirement that normally would require the GRE. Another thing that LSAT is offering, they're offering an exam format called LSAT Flex, where you can take 3 sections of the exam back to back and then you're completely done with the exam, versus doing the 5-part exam, where you'll have 3 sections, then you'll have a small break, and then you finish the last 2 sections, which include that writing sample that you need to do at the very end. So a lot of people are going with the LSAT Flex exam. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is things you need to consider about the bar and how you need to be preparing for that right now. Literally, once I stop studying for the LSAT and get that done, I'm already downloading some apps that prep you for the bar, and I'm never gonna stop studying for that over the next 3 years. Why? That exam is anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 questions, you guys. Um, a lot of people struggle with it, and the ones that pass it are the ones who start studying right now, before they even started law school and just kept studying for it the whole time. And then, like, when you find bar exam prep classes that your school might offer or groups, you just join them casually, no pressure. And so as soon as school is done, you take it and you pass, guys. um there's things that you need to consider. I'm gonna do another video on the things that are included with your bar exam application. I did not know that you have to be approved to take the bar. It's not something you just pay for and show that you finished your law program and boom, get there and take it and yes or no. You actually have to apply to take the bar exam and you can be denied to take it. So there's several components to that. And really, we need to look at that step for step. So what I'm going to do when I do that video, I will list the site that I'm using and I will tell you guys step for step the parts to your application and why it is you need to be working on that right now. A lot of it has to do with the person that you are within the community, the representation that the reputation that you have. It's a lot, you all. I was like, wow, okay, I didn't know that. I will tell you that the minimum score to pass the bar is 270. So you may want to look at and researching what schools you want to go to that you know how many of their graduates are passing the first, the second, or the third time. You guys, I found another resource I wanted to tell you all for those of you all who are choosing to apply to schools that are requiring the LSAT. I found another article that talked about whether taking the LSAT multiple times hurts you, and they said not at all. In the article, it talked about how taking it 1, 2, or 3 times is not automatically viewed as a negative. It can be taken one of two ways. Okay, this person didn't take it seriously the first, second time, or this person just really wants to get the score that they wanted to get. And so they're persistent and they're going to keep at it until, they get where they want to be. So it really, your application is a total reflection of who you are. And your writing sample needs to be consistent with your story. I think it's important that even though your writing sample is going to be a topic and then you're going to, decide one way or another while presenting other options, but you're still standing on your position of that topic, right? Regardless, your writing style speaks on who you are, whether you're wavering, whether you're convicted, whether you're balanced. Like, it's going to communicate a lot of things about yourself, and that's going to be an indicator of what your transcript really is saying about you. You also can submit an additional document that explains, why you may have had one semester looking one way, another semester looking another. And that would be a good time to talk about your goals with the LSAT, any challenges or reasons why you may have chosen to take the LSAT more than once. So, anyway, guys, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. You can always email me vilifewithkelly@gmail.com. You can send me direct messages on Instagram and Twitter, and we can talk more. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna do an in-depth video on things to consider while preparing for the bar. I'm going to go over some LSAT, some law school applications. And so that should be fun. And I also, if you guys want me to do a video on schools that are not requiring the LSAT, that are accredited and in good standing, as far as if they're on the list of approved schools on LSAC.org, which is Law School Admissions Council.org, then go for it. I've had the attitude of this: you're going to law school for whatever goal you have, and it's going to cost money. So make sure that whatever your goal is gives you 5 times the money that you're getting ready to spend. Look at 3, 4, 5 different schools that have persons with your same goal and came out with them. And make up your mind, wherever it is you're gonna possibly be there for 3 to 6 years. So can you enjoy it for 3 to 6 years? Sometimes we end up where we went to school for 10 and 15 years because you end up going to school there, then you interned there, you built relationships, and you got, you started a life there. Unless you always were interning, wherever you decided, well, I don't want to be here, and you were applying and intentional about showing up to those career fairs and opportunity networking events where those employers for those different parts of the country or the world were, so that you can make those connections and be there. But anyway, law school is a big deal. Don't jump in this pond without having every bit of information you can have on the outcome. Any graduate program that you start, please do yourself a favor and find out every single thing it takes to become what you're looking to become, and all the associated expenses and all the exams and all the requirements. I'm gonna give you guys a really short story before my other baby boy gets to hollering in here. I had got accepted and fought like I don't know what to get into this healthcare administration program about 13 years ago. I was super excited about it. One of my macroeconomics teachers was talking about his sister and how she went into the field. I thought, yep, this is what I want to do. Boom, I got into the program. You guys, the first week of classes, I was like, nope, this is not it. But because I have commitment issues, and because I felt like, okay, I fought so hard to get in here, let me ride this out. I spent 2 years in a program that I absolutely was like, this is not me. I don't view healthcare as a business, okay? So, and every conversation was about the bottom line. How much is this going to cost us? How much is this going to cost us? Not about providing the best patient care and having the best patient outcomes. So guys, guess what happened? I end up trying to still make myself, sorry guys, it's past Charles' bedtime and he wants us to go to bed. Anyhow, I ended up trying to make myself become a healthcare administrator, and guess what I found out? The MS in healthcare administration is not the last step. It's only one of several steps over the next 10 years. You had to have an MBA to get the accreditation and certification from ACHE, and you had to have a minimum of 5 years healthcare experience working for a healthcare facility in order to start the 5-year work experience as a healthcare administrator to become a certified healthcare administrator. So it took 10 years to do that, guys. What? Who was gonna? You guys, I found that out at the end. Why? I don't know why. I guess I thought that my counselor was going to tell me stuff like that, or I thought when I went to the open house, they would tell me something like that. Or I thought maybe one of our teachers would tell us something like that. You guys, no. Had I not made friends with one of my classmates who we ended up living really close to each other and carpooling all the time, who was dead set on becoming a healthcare administrator, she would be the ones telling me this in like casual conversations. And I'd be like, what? And then she'd be looking at me like I was a dingbat. Like, you mean to tell me you started this program and didn't even do the research to find out everything that I was like, I have no idea. She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh. Now, she went on to become the healthcare administrator. Hi, Jeanette. I love her. And, you know, that's that. So we're not doing that in law school, guys, and we're not doing that in any other program. That's why you subscribe to my channel, because I give you the tea. That's why you like it and you share it and you come back and you do it over and over and over again, because we're the best of friends. Friends help each other and look out for each other, and that's that. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, you guys, this is the last week of October. I'm concluding my Cook With Me series. This weekend you're gonna get 3 uploads. You're gonna get some game night options for the fellas, appetizers to host your men and their friends, and then you're going to get 1 video on my vegan cornbread dressing and another video on my red snapper macaroni and cheese and my sauteed turnip greens with actual cut up turnips. It's going to be really good. So that'll be pescatarian, vegetarian, and vegan options. That's starting off my holiday. And then next week, which is November, we'll start off my holiday desserts. So don't forget about that. And also, you guys, I posted on Instagram earlier this week, there's an opportunity to pre-order my e-cookbooks. So if you loved the recipes that I did for October, you can pre-order the electronic cookbook by emailing me at vilifewithkelly@gmail.com. It's just $9.99. And you get all the recipes for the month of October. For $7.99 additional, you'll get the holiday desserts e-cookbook, and I think it's a total of $29.99 if you get this. Is the pre-order pricing as well, guys. Then you'll get the December collection. It's like our Celebrate With Us. It includes all the meals, and it's going to be tons of holiday meals and recipes that you can choose from, which is our deluxe collection for the month of December and New Year's. So it's all 3 books for $29.99. And that's the pre-order, and those are the e-cookbooks, so they'll be emailed to the address that you requested to be emailed to, and they'll be in PDF form, so you could print it if you wanted to and all that. But if you wanted to request a hard copy for the December deluxe edition, it's $49.99, and you have to pre-order that one by November 17th in order to get it in time for the holidays. Otherwise, if you don't have a specific shipping time frame, then you can order that one at any point. And if you wanted to get any of the other e-cookbooks, so if you wanted to get October and November's books hard copy, and they come gift wrapped really super pretty, then you would have to, for the pre-order price, I believe it's the $9.99 plus the $7.99 plus the $10. So I think it ends up being like $19.99 for October and $17.99 for November. So anyhow, guys, just email and you end up getting all that information. And like I said, they come gift wrapped and ready for you to pass out to whomever, whenever, or to keep for yourself. So yeah, guys, that's what's going on. If you have a request that you'd like for me to include in the holiday desserts for the month of November, now is the time to make your request. I got a request today from one of my subbies that we're going to include. So we're going to do an old-fashioned bread pudding, and it's going to be vegan. So it's going to be good for everybody. So that's exciting. And so if you do have a request, please let me know. Otherwise, you guys have a good night. Take care of yourself. Don't party too hard, FAMU. And I will see you guys in a minute.